something I want to talk about today, and it's kind of layered. Kind of layered. All right. So, have you guys seen either the production stills or the teaser trailer or anything that has to do with the horror movie The Back Rooms? That's kind of the basis of where this all comes from, and the idea for this is actually, um, if you guys don't know who he is, there is a really cool uh, movie reviewer out there. He calls himself the cinema vigilante, Zappy. Um, his whole look, which what drew me to his channel, his whole look originally before he did like an all black costume was based off of Deathstroke, and me being a fanboy, and me being a fanboy of Deathstroke. Um, yeah, it just kind of went together. But anyways, the back rooms. Um, the back rooms is a movie, a horror movie. From what I understand, it plays off of the horror of liminal spaces. You know, vast, empty, hello spaces, right? And how everything can just be dulled and just kind of like the hallway scene in The Shining. If you guys have seen the original Shining, um the hallway scene when it just seems like it goes on for miles. That is a scene about liminal space horror. That is what a liminal space is. Anyways, the look, the aesthetic of the movie is one of um really like Office Space, right? Backrooms, the whole liminal space horror thing. If you look at it, it's a callback to like Office Space, especially with the yellow lighting above. It's supposed to bring this dreary, uh, kind of intense look to it, right? And I'm sitting here listening to him talk, and if you guys haven't checked out Zappy, definitely do. The guy's hilarious. You guys might not like his political takes, um, personally. If you've been around me for any amount of time, you're gonna see why I like his takes. Uh, anyways, let's get back to it. He brought up something in his little review for the teaser and everything else. Uh, Something about it's a callback to like the '90s, like the aesthetic, the view, the vibe, like, and he started going down this rabbit hole of uh, how a lot of us are calling back to that kind of time because a lot of you are too young to remember said time. A lot of you were babies in the '90s and you were just developing, so you wouldn't remember that time, especially. And the one thing that it brought to my mind is for anybody that was too young to grow up in the '90s and to truly experience that, uh, one, it would be you would be in shock and awe because we're talking about a time when we had dial-up internet, and that was the fastest fucking internet you could get. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine sitting at your damn computer for a half an hour just for the phone to dial you in, hoping somebody would jump the hell off so you could get on there and talk to your friends or look up stuff for your research paper or anything else like that. Um, Literally, you would not have your phone and a constant feed of shit just shooting into your head and keeping you busy all the time, right? So I began to think, like, anybody not old enough to experience the 90s and truly understand the time in which we lived, like, literally, you would get out of school and not go home until the lights went off. Like, can you imagine that? You're outside all the damn time. Your face ain't in a screen. You're outside. You're socializing with people. You're meeting new people. I mean, hell, me and my friends would spend all week building a fucking dirt track just to go out there on the weekend and use our bikes and our dirt bikes for maybe an hour before the cops get called, and then we got haul ass out of there so we don't get caught. Like, can how many? Raise your hand. How many of you can actually say you know what kind of feralness and what kind of savageness that is compared to what life is like for children and teens today? Like, you would love and embrace, but yet be terrified at the same time of the amount of freedom that you would actually have. You would actually have to use your brain because you would get tired of doing one thing. You couldn't sink your head into the TV because, honestly, there is a very true saying. Like, whenever you want to watch TV, especially back then, and you went to watch TV, there ain't nothing fucking on. So you might as well just go outside. That's why I said, like, it would scare the fuck out of you guys because you wouldn't have your digital devices, you wouldn't have your internet, you would have to be face to face with somebody, right? But you would love it at the same time. Like, the amount of freedom that you had back then compared to now was next fucking level. You guys have a good night.